Hello. Thank you once again for watching Blue City Reviews. We've been away for quite a while, but it's damn good to be back, and we're going to do our best to kick out a review once a day, as well we should. I'm happy to be here today talking about Super Mario Brothers 2023. I'm sure the majority of 80s kids have their own Nintendo stories. Mine was that the Christmas I got my Nintendo PlayStation, which came automatically, if I remember correctly, with the Super Mario Brothers video game and the Duck Hunt game as well on one little cartridge. The Christmas I got that, believe it or not, at that point in time in the mid 80s, it was really complex for your parents to put a couple of RCHX into an old television, an old boob tube. So they said, we'll do it in the morning, go to sleep, and don't be up all night, like biting your nails in anticipation, right? So at some point in the night, I had my first asthma attack, actually, and it almost killed me. They actually had to rush me to the emergency room and shove these things down my throat. And I don't know, I think I spent half of Christmas Day in the hospital with this crap down my throat, whatever. But when I came out of the hospital, I was isolated for 2 to 3 days, and the only thing I could do was play that goddamn Nintendo. And the only games I had were Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, and Punch Out, which I think my aunt had bought for me separately. So I played the hell out of Super Mario Brothers, and that first Super Mario Brothers game, to me, is one of the best video games ever made. Now, I haven't been a gamer since probably the mid to late 90s, so, it has moved far and beyond me. But that first game was very influential. I liked the second one as well, and the third one, I don't think I ever actually won Super Mario Brothers 3, only because I don't know what happened. I think I moved away or whatever, lost track of where my PlayStation was. Divorce is a bitch. But yeah, those first three games I really loved, and so those are my memories going into this movie, this 2023 adaptation, and I was very, very enthusiastic. Aside from John Wick 4, this is like my number one movie of the year that I wanted to see. Like, opening day, as soon as my fiance gets off work, please, babe, let's get our asses in the seat. Half hour early. I want my place right in the middle so I can hear the fucking IMAX spin around me. And I had three things that I wanted to see from this film, which I'd wanted to see ever since, what was the last version, 1993. It's not a good or a bad film. It's just not a good Mario adaptation. I'll just say that. But there are three things I knew that I wanted to see from a new Mario Brothers movie, at least if I was somewhat in charge, producing, directing, whatever. I wanted to see bright blue skies, puffy white clouds, green grassy knolls everywhere, man. The movie should be uplifting from the beginning to end. If you're going to make Super Mario Brothers, it should not be dark. It should not be nasty or gritty at all. There should be moments of threat, but overall, you should be on an optimistic journey, right? Second of all, you can't cut the mushrooms out of the story. And I'm so glad that they didn't. They found clever ways to do that, and I wonder if that's why perhaps, I don't know if this project was brought to Disney or anybody like that, but, the mushrooms would be the first thing to go because of the subtext. but you need the mushrooms in the story. I mean, the whole landscape should be filled with mushrooms if you're making a Mario Brothers movie. And they did that. They did that. And the third thing that I wanted more than anything was constant action. Like, and I don't mean action scenes. I mean that very rarely should a character be standing still. Everybody should constantly be jumping, moving, sprinting through pipes, rolling down hills, leaping towards castles, spiraling down flagpoles. There should be constant movement. I mean, even if it's just something as basic as people walking across a landscape, it should have some sort of fluidity to it and action to it. And they did precisely that. In fact, the first half hour of this film, I was getting worried. I'm like, oh shit. This dinner table scene and a couple other scenes from like, where are we going here? But, after the first third, it picks up. So, in short, after seeing this on IMAX in a theater that was probably 3/4 of the way full, half of them full of single-digit kids, kids under the age of 10, a lot of Nintendo fans, a couple people my age sitting by themselves or with couples, trying to relive their youth and escape this pandemic bullshit. What's my opinion after that 5:15 screening on Wednesday, after having sat on it like 48 hours, 72 hours, whatever it's been? I love this film, man. This is the Mario Brothers movie that we needed. They delivered everything that you could want from it. These complaints I hear, like the story is paper thin. Have you ever read Hero's Journey, Joseph Campbell? And even if it is paper thin, who gives a shit? It's Super Mario Brothers, They delivered on pretty much every level that I wanted them to. I mean, the animation is absolutely beautiful. There's no denying this is pure eye candy on the highest level, and I mean that as a compliment. Could I nitpick? Sure. I mean, of course it's 2023. You can't save the princess anymore, right? Somehow that's sexist, so Luigi has to be the one who's captured, and that's all well and good, except for the fact that Charlie Day is the best voice in the film, and that also unfortunately separates Luigi and Mario for about a third of the film, if not half of the fucking movie. So that's not ideal, right? And also, it needed more Jack Black. This flick needed way more Jack Black, only because he's so good. I'm not saying it should have been longer. I'm just saying there should have been more Jack Black. He's so good in this. Yeah, this is, you know what this is? This is a good lesson in give the fans what they want. Yeah, this is certified rotten, right, from critics. Look at the audience score. This was predicted to make 121 million, something like that, domestically. Its first 5 days. It's going to make 160 million, easy, or close. I wouldn't be surprised if this makes 350 million worldwide. And because, why? They just gave the fans what they wanted. They did Super Mario Brothers and said, well, if you don't get it, you don't get it. But people have been playing this game for generations, so we're just going to place our bets on the fans. And, well, there you go. Yeah. A big thumbs up for me, man. For sure. I could nitpick, of course, but I'm 44. The kids in the crowd, I'm talking kids, like 5 to 9-year-old kids, gave this movie 2 standing ovations. 2. If you don't believe me, ask my wife. So, all right. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, we're going to try to keep the content at a more consistent stream. All right? Cheers, be well, and be excellent to each other.